Hi students, good morning. Welcome back to online class. Are you fine students? I hope you all are fine and safe by the grace of God. Students, stay safe in your home and learn well. Okay, students. Now we are learning geography part. Is it? From geography part, now we are learning geography lesson 1, lithosphere 1, endogenetic process. Is it? From here, in the first class, we learned about the spheres of the earth and structure of the earth. Is it? Then, students, in the previous class, which topic we learned? Have you remember? Very good. We learned about rocks. Is it? In the previous class, we learned about rocks. In the beginning of this class, we can recollect few important points about previous class portion. Okay. Previous class, first of all, we learned about the three types of rocks. Is it? What are the three types of rocks? Have you remember, students? Very good. Igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. Is it? And also each rock's explanation, that means how these rocks are formed and what are the examples of these particular rocks. These all things we learned in the previous class. Is it? The first one is igneous rocks. Is it? How igneous rocks are formed? When the lava on the surface cools down and gets solidified as rocks, that is called igneous rocks. Is it? What is the meaning of igneous? Igneous means fire. Is it? Igneous means fire. Then, what are the examples of igneous rocks? Very good. Primary rocks and mother rocks. Is it? Then, why these rocks? Sorry. What are the examples of igneous rocks? Granite and basalt. Is it? Granite and basalt are the examples of igneous rocks. Then, what are the other names of igneous rocks? Very good. Primary rocks and mother rocks. Okay, primary rocks and mother rocks. Why these rocks are called igneous rocks? Because of all the other rocks are directly and indirectly formed from them. Okay. Then the second type is the sedimentary rocks. Is it? Sediment means settle. What is the meaning of sediment? Settle. Is it? Then how sedimentary rocks are formed? Rivers, glaciers, winds. These things carry some of the bits of rock and soil, and that particular rocks and soil where deposit them in layer. After a few million years, these deposits were become rocks. That rocks are called sedimentary rocks. Is it? What are the examples of sedimentary rocks? Sandstone, limestone, chalk, gypsum, coal. These are the best examples of the sedimentary rocks. Is it? Then third type is metamorphic rocks. Is it? Metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic means metamorphosis. Through metamorphosis, the metamorphic word was came. Metamorphic means change of form. Okay. Metamorphic means change of form. Is it? Then how these metamorphic rocks are formed? When igneous or sedimentary rocks are subjected to extreme heat and pressure, they undergo a complete change in their form and character. That rock is called metamorphic rocks. Okay. Finally, we learned about rock cycle. Is it? Rock cycle is a continuous process through which igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks are transformed from one from another. Okay, these all things we learned in the previous class, and also in the Zoom class also once again I explained this topic and I gave the question answers. Students, I hope you learned that particular question answers and write in a rough note, and you completed the classwork notes also. Those who did not learn and write day to day portion, you have to learn and write. Okay, students. Okay, now let us come forward to today's class. Okay, today I am going to teach about geomorphic process. Okay, today I am going to teach about the geomorphic process. Okay, now listen students, The formation and deformation of landform on the surface of the earth is a continuous activity of two broad process that is called internal and external process. Okay, students, now we are learning geomorphic process. First of all, I am going to teach the definition of the geomorphic process. Geomorphic process is the physical and chemical interaction between the earth's surface and natural forces acting upon it to produce landform. What is the definition of geomorphic process? Geomorphic process is the physical and chemical interaction between the earth's surface and natural forces acting upon it to produce landform. Okay, the formation of and deformation of landforms on the surface of the earth is a continuous activity of two broad processes. They are internal process and external process. Okay, these process cause stress and deformation on earth materials, and finally it brings changes on the surface of the earth. Okay, these are referred as the geomorphic process. Okay, now listen students, the forces that act from the earth interior towards the earth's surface are called internal process or endogenetic process. Okay, already I taught, is it? There are two processes are there in the geomorphic process. How these processes were happened? The formation and deformation of landform on the surface of the earth is a continuous activity of two broad processes. They are internal process and external process. Okay, how these internal process and external process will cause? These processes cause stress and deformation on earth materials, and finally it brings changes on the surface of the earth. Okay, that changes only called internal process and external process. Okay, first of all we are going to learn about the internal process. Okay, internal process. Listen, the forces that act from the earth's interior towards the earth's surface are called internal process or endogenetic process. Okay, these processes build the landscape and create topographic relief. Okay, topographic relief. Topographic relief means physical features of the area. Topographic means physical features of an area. Okay, anyway, the internal process, that means the forces that act from the earth interior towards the earth's surface are called internal processes or endogenetic processes. Okay, these forces build the landscape and create topographic relief. Topographic relief means physical features of an area. Okay, then second one is the external process. Okay, the external process, that means the forces that act on the surface of the earth due to natural agents like running water, glaciers, wind, waves, etc. are called external process or exogenetic process. Now listen, the forces that act on the surface of the earth due to natural agents like running water, glaciers, wind, waves, etc. are called the external process or exogenetic process. Okay, these external processes tear the landscape down into relatively low elevated plains and shapes the landform created by endogenetic processes. Okay, some of the changes were bring this external process. For example, this external process tear the landscape. Okay, the internal process, it create the topographic relief, that means physical features of an area, but in the same time the external process tear the landscape down into relatively low elevated plains and the shapes the landform created by endogenetic process. That means it tear the landscape and it form the plains. Okay, it form the plain areas and it form the different shape of the landform. Okay, and also the internal process generate heat and eject materials from deep below the earth crust. Okay, the internal processes generate heat and eject. Eject means to push. Okay, the internal processes generate heat and eject materials from deep below the earth crust. Okay, internal process will generate heat and that particular process to push the materials from deep below the earth crust. Okay, it is called internal radioactivity. Okay, it is called internal radioactivity. This internal radioactivity is the principal source of power for this process. Okay, can you understand, students? Can you clear about internal and external processes? Okay, then the next topic is plate tectonics. Okay, listen very careful, students. The next topic is plate tectonics. Okay, just to see this picture, this is the image of the plate tectonics. Okay, students, listen. The lithosphere is divided into number of huge slabs. Okay, the lithosphere is divided into number of huge slabs of rocks, that is called tectonic plates. The lithosphere is divided into a number of huge slabs of rocks, that is called tectonic plates. Slabs means a thick flat piece. Okay, what is meant by slabs? Slabs means a thick flat piece. Okay, the lithosphere is divided into a number of huge pieces of rocks, that is called tectonic plates. Okay, these tectonic plates are divided into major and minor plates. Okay, these tectonic plates are divided into major and minor plates. Okay, and also these plates were float independently over the mantle. Okay, these plates, that means the tectonic plates were float. Float means to move slowly. Okay, float means to move slowly. These tectonic plates were move slowly to independently over the mantle. Okay, it is flow over the mantle. Then collisions of these plates produce mountain ranges and other irregular surface features. Okay, collisions means a crash. Okay, kadmiyana modal. Okay, because of crashing these plates, it produce the mountain ranges and other irregular surface features both on land and the ocean floor. Okay, how the mountains and the irregular surface of the landforms are formed? Because of the crashing of plates, tectonic plates. Okay, the tectonic plates, because of the crash of the tectonic plates, it produce mountain ranges and some of the irregular surface features on land and ocean floor. Okay, this phenomenon is called plate tectonics. This phenomenon is called plate tectonics. Okay, then the movement of tectonic plates is due to thermal energy from the mantle. How these plate tectonics are moving? The plate tectonics are moved due to thermal energy from the mantle. Okay, now we have a better understanding about the plate movements. Is it, students? Because of that, some of the things will happen. That means the plate movements are relationship between earthquake and volcano activities. Because of the movement of the plate only, earthquake will happen in on the earth and inside the ocean, and volcanic also happen because of the movement of the tectonic plate. Okay, students. Then the next topic is the types of plate boundaries. Okay, next topic is the types of plate boundaries. Now listen here. There are three types of plate boundaries. Okay, there are three types of plate boundaries. Just you see this picture. There are three types of plate boundaries. They are convergent boundary, divergent boundary, and conservative or transform boundary. Students, what are the types of plate boundaries? there are three types of plate boundaries. They are convergent boundary, divergent boundary, and conservative or transform boundary. Okay, now we will learn one by one. Now listen students, the first one is convergent boundary. The first one is convergent boundary. Okay, now see this picture. Now listen. Here the plate moves toward each other and sometimes a plate sinks under another. Okay, this plate, that means sometimes the plate moves towards each other and this particular plate sometimes sinks under another. Okay, one plate it sinks one plate under another. Okay, the location where the sinking of a plate occurs is called subduction zone. Okay, sometimes the plates were sink one plate under another. Okay, the location where the sinking of a plate occurs is called subduction zone. For example, fold mountain Himalayas. Because of this tectonic sinking of the tectonic plates, the fold mountains were formed. For example, the fold mountain of Himalayas. Okay, just you see this picture. Then the second one is the divergent boundary. Okay, the second one is the divergent boundary. Now listen here. The plates pull away from each other as magma pushes up from the mantle. Okay, divergent boundary, that means the plates were pull away from each other. Okay, that in the convergent boundary, the plates were sink under another. Okay, sink under another. Because of that it formed the fold mountains. Okay, but in the divergent boundary, the plates were pulled away from each other. So because of that, the magma were pushes up from the mantle. Okay, in the previous class I explained about magma. Is it students? So how the magma is reaches on the earth surface? Because of these plates are pulling. Okay, these plates are pulling one by one. Because of this pulling, the magma were pushes up from the mantle and it reaches on the earth surface. Okay, for example, mid-Atlantic ridge. Okay, for example, mid-Atlantic ridge. Okay, then the last type is the conservative or transform boundary. The last one is the conservative and transform boundary. Here the plates slide horizontally past each other. Okay, this conservative or transform boundary. Now just you see this picture. Here the plates slide horizontally past each other. For example, San Andreas fault. Okay, San Andreas fault. Okay, then these are the three types of the plate tectonics. Then the next topic is movements of continental plates. Okay, the next topic is movements of the continental plates. Just you see this picture. This is the image of the movements of continental plates. Okay, now listen students. Due to lateral compressional forces, the plates are forced to move upwards and downwards. Okay, due to the compressional forces of lateral area, the plates are forced to move upwards and downwards. This is called folding. Okay, what is meant by folding? Because of the compressional forces, the plates are forced to move upwards and downwards. That is called folding. The mountains formed by folding are called fold mountains. Okay, because of these forces, the fold mountains were formed. Okay, the process of folding creates lofty mountain ranges such as Himalayas and Alps. Okay, the Himalayan mountain, that is one of the folding mountain, is it? The Himalayan mountain and Alps mountain were formed due to the movement of the continental plates. Okay, according to plate tectonics, the plates are in constant motion with an average rate of few centimeters per year. Okay, according to the plate tectonics, the plates are in constant motion with an average rate of a few centimeters per year. The movement might seem slow, but over millions of years, the plates and the continents riding on them moves long way. Okay, for example, about 250 million years ago, the Indian plate was a part of the Gondwana land. Okay, for example, about 250 million years ago, the Indian plate was the part of the Gondwana land. Okay, Gondwana land, then which comprised of modern Africa, Australia, Antarctica, and South America. Okay, the Indian plate was a part of the Gondwana land, which comprised the modern Africa, Australia, Antarctica, and South Africa. South America. Okay, can you understand, students? What are the things we discussed today's class? Today's class we discussed about the geomorphic processes, the tectonic plates and the different tectonic plates, and finally we learned about the movement of continental plates. Okay, students, shall we recall the points? Students, now we learned about geomorphic process. Is it? Geomorphic process. The definition of geomorphic process we learned is it first? What is the definition of geomorphic process? Geomorphic process is the physical and chemical interaction between the Earth's surface and natural forces acting upon it to produce landforms. Okay, then the forces that act from the Earth's interior towards the Earth's surface are called internal process and endogenetic process, and the forces that act on the surface of Earth due to natural agents like running water, glacier, wind, waves, etc. are called external process. Okay, the geomorphic process, it brings two process, that is internal process and external process, is it? Then these internal process generate heat and eject materials from deep below the earth crust, and it is called internal radioactivity. That means internal radioactivity is the principal source of power for this process. Okay, then next we learned about the plate tectonics. Is it? Next we learned about the plate tectonics. Plate tectonics. What is plate tectonics? The lithosphere is divided into a number of huge slabs of rocks called tectonic plates. These tectonic plates are divided into major and minor plates, and these plates float independently over the mantle. Collisions of these plates produce mountain ranges and other irregular surface features, both land and ocean floor. This phenomenon is called plate tectonics. Phenomenon means event. Okay, this event is called plate tectonics. Okay, from here we learned about the different types of plates. Is it? Types of plate boundaries. There are three types of plate boundaries. The first one is the convergent boundary. Is it? The first one is the convergent boundary. The convergent boundary, that means here the plate moves towards each other, and sometimes a plate sinks under another. Okay, the plate moves towards each other, and sometimes the plate sinks under another. So because of that, the fold mountains were formed. For example, the fold mountain Himalayas. Okay, then the second one is the divergent boundary. Is it? Listen here. Here the plates pull away from each other as magma pushes up from mantle. Okay, here the plates pull away from each other as magma pushes up from the mantle. For example, mid-Atlantic ridge. Okay, then the third one is the conservative or transform boundary. Okay, conservative and transform boundary. Now listen, here the plates slide horizontally past each other. Okay, here the plates were slide horizontally past each other. For example, San Andreas fault. Okay, then the next one is the finally we learned about movements of continental plates. Okay, finally we learned about movements of continental plates. Now because of compressional forces, okay, because of the compressional forces, the plates are forced to move upwards and downwards. Okay, because of the compressional forces, the plates are forced to move upwards and downwards. This is called folding. Okay, mountains, some of the fold mountains were formed because of the movement of continental plates. Okay, for example, the Himalayan mountain and Alps mountain. Okay, then According to plate tectonics, the plates are in constant motion with an average rate of few centimeters per year. The movement might seem slow, but over millions of years, the plates and the continents riding on them move a long way. For example, 250 million years ago, the Indian plate was in the part of Gondwana land, okay, which comprised of modern Africa, Australia, Antarctica, and South America. Okay, can you understand, students? These are the things we learned in this class. The next remaining portions we will discuss in the next class. Okay, students. Now all are take a book. Turn page number 166. Turn page number 166. Answer in brief. Okay, answer in brief. Third question. Define plate tectonics. Answer in brief, third question. Define plate tectonics. That question's answer is page number 160. Page number 160. Plate tectonics heading. Plate tectonics heading. Starting to, the lithosphere is divided into number of cubes. From there, starting to, in the middle, this phenomenon is called plate tectonics. That much you have to mark. Close the bracket. Okay, starting to, up to this phenomenon is called plate tectonics. Close the bracket. Then, Roman number 6, distinguish between third question, divergent and convergent boundaries. Okay, divergent and convergent boundaries. That question you have to refer the guide. Okay, refer the guide. Then Roman number 7, detail question. Okay, Roman number 7, detail question. Second question, write a note on the internal and external process of earth. Write a note on the internal and external process of the earth. That question you have to mark in the book. Page number, now tectonic plates we mark, no, that is same page. Okay, that is same page. Page number 160. Okay, page number 160. Geomorphic process heading. Okay, geomorphic process heading. From there, the starting to first para, second para, and this side up to internal processes. Internal processes heading, that paragraph also you have to mark. Okay, up to internal process, that means up to a principal source of power for this process. Okay, up to there you have to mark a second detail. Already the first detail I gave maybe. Otherwise first detail also you have to mark. Sometimes you did not mark, means describe the structure of the earth. That question page number 157, 58, 59. Structure of the earth heading, third line. The structure of the earth interior is divided into, from there to next page, crust para fully, mantle para fully, core para fully. Then second question, write a note on internal and external process. Page number 160, geomorphic process heading, first para, second para, and this side internal processes paragraph also fully. For example, principal source of power for these processes. Okay, students, that's all today's questions, question answers. Then the continuation of this lesson I will teach the next class. Thank you, students.